And a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. I'm delighted you could join me on this beautiful, bright, sunny morning. If we get interrupted, there are some coyotes in the area that love to howl and just share their voices with the day's proceedings. But one of the questions that's been popping up on a regular basis is this intriguing issue of using affirmations. A number of you have said, well, do they really work? And if they do, how can we make them an integral part of our daily experience? Well, let's just take a step back for a moment and understand that we're all giving ourselves feedback pretty much all of the time. We are giving ourselves thoughts, feelings, images that we reinforce from our dialogue with ourselves. And it's amazing how we program ourselves to fulfill our deepest expectations. If you have a fear of perhaps being successful or enjoying happiness, it's amazing how we can conspire to make those rather negative expectations a reality. It's just part of how we're wired. But let me just share an insight with you. Two of the most powerful words that you can use are simply I am. Because what follows that particular simple expression tends to reinforce your sense of who you are, what you can do, and how you can be. And it's amazing to hear people using the most negative language imaginable to describe themselves. So if we can accept that we are reinforcing a lot of our behavioral programming with our internal dialogue, that's a great place to start if we're serious about perhaps recalibrating our approach to who we are, how we are, and what we're capable of achieving. If you're using this stream of consciousness, this constant flow of thoughts and feelings to create barriers, to create negative expectations, but we can't be surprised if we fulfill those expectations because we filter all the information around us according to those beliefs and expectations. Sounds complicated, Greg, but in reality it's very simple. The language you're using, particularly with yourself, the way you describe yourself, the way you feel about yourself, serves as a foundation to reinforce any behaviors that you're trying to encourage. Let's be completely clear, guys. Your unconscious mind that's governing, I don't know, more than 95, 96% of everything that you think, everything you feel, whatever you do, it doesn't really have a sense of right or wrong. It just follows the programming. So, if you develop a habit of using the words I am, and then you just put something really positive in as a description, the more you repeat that description, the more influential that little affirmation will become. You can't just say, well, I'm feeling great. If you can imbue that statement with a little bit of emotion, and to be fair, guys, it's the emotional power that imprints the message into our behavioral foundation. And if you're willing to repeat it until it starts to feel like you believe it, that's when you can engineer some very interesting changes, not just in your own views, but also in the way that you're interacting with the world, the way you perceive reality. You're bombarded with information, with data the whole time. Your conscious mind is picking up about 40 bits per second. The unconscious, it's estimated, is working with around 40 million bits of data per second. So your conscious mind is only aware of a tiny sliver of a fraction of everything that's going on around you. When we shift the filter, and you can do that with affirmations, you begin to notice a totally different set of data. And that's something that I really wanted to share with you today. You can download really cool affirmations online. You can find all kinds of ways to reinforce your experience. Police helicopter going overhead, just keeping a check, probably looking for the coyotes. If you have a clear idea about those little areas where you'd like to improve your life, how you think, how you feel, how you behave, developing simple affirmations and a willingness to repeat them as often as you can throughout the day will begin to seep into your unconscious programming until the content of your affirmations become the new foundation, the new default position for what you are trying to achieve. So let's just accept the reality of affirmations and let's make a simple choice that we're going to use them for our benefit rather than for getting in the way of our progress. One little tip, if you're using affirmations, I've mentioned that the words I am are just the best way to start any declaration, but you have to make the statement positive. Yeah, it's strange. If you say I am not something, your subconscious doesn't hear the word not. So what you're trying to remove actually gets reinforced. Strange, but true. So it's good to look for words and expressions that support a very, very positive outlook. You have to express what you aspire to in very, very positive terms. I'm feeling good. I am feeling stronger. I am capable. I can do this. All this simple way of tagging together ideas that will support your hopes, your ambitions, whatever it is you want to achieve. The mind is far more influential than we could ever hope to understand at the moment. Using it as a positive influence in your life can only produce great results. Now, I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know about your experiences using affirmations. And by the way, you're not obliged to hold on to one. You can choose as many as you like, and you can change them as often as you like. But the more you repeat the powerful message you're trying to create for yourself, the stronger the impact will be. Let me know what you think. It is such a beautiful day. I wish you the most wonderful experience. Feel free to be in touch, and I will be back with you again in a couple of days. Bye for now.